Hi, everyone. Today we're talking about gathering feedback. It's such a critical part of the job of the product manager to gather feedback throughout the software development lifecycle. It's critical to collect feedback before you decide what problems to build against, as you consider what ways to attack those problems, as you actually build your products and you iterate and you release and you test hypotheses. Really, gathering feedback is something that has a purpose in every stage of the development lifecycle. So today we're going to talk about a few of the ways that you can collect a ton of feedback from many different populations, and then how you can start to filter that feedback, how you can decide, what feedback to pay more attention to, how you can look for patterns, and then also how you can survey different groups of people and understand the different feedback you get. So a lot to cover today. I'm really excited about this topic, talking with customers, whether they're your kind of most early customers, trying the feature when it barely exists, or whether they're mature customers or even dissatisfied customers of your product. I really enjoy learning from them, hearing their feedback, because there is so much as a product manager you can do based on that feedback. And so gathering feedback is today's topic, and we are going to jump right in. So we already talked about how gathering this feedback really fits into every part of the product development lifecycle. One other important thing too, though, is feedback doesn't have to just come from customers. I mentioned a lot in my introduction there. Gathering feedback from different types of customers at different steps as the product starts to release. But we'll talk about today why you need to test with the team actually building the product, why they should be big users of the product, coworkers, people just outside the team, the ones who didn't actually build it but still work for your company, and then many, many other groups. And so, we'll highlight each of these groups. We'll talk about what you can and probably can't learn from each of those groups. And then again, how you put all this feedback together into something that's usable. One of the challenges of a product manager is you're going to, if you're kind of following these steps that we're going to talk about today, you're going to collect a lot of feedback. At times, that feedback is not going to all agree. You might hear one thing from one group of people and then the complete opposite from the other group of people. Maybe one group said it was very easy to use, so simple to figure out. Another group said that they couldn't figure it out, they kept getting stuck, and they gave up. Well, what do you do with that feedback? So we'll talk about different challenges like that with feedback, how you can look for patterns, how you can understand your users better and your customers better to really make the most of all of that feedback you get. But getting a lot of feedback is a really good place to be. So we're also going to focus on just collecting a ton of feedback today, because it's a much better problem to have to sort through all that feedback and look for patterns than to not have any feedback at all. So with that, let's jump in.